Hey Arnold, this is John, West Coast Connects. We reached out and spoke with you guys yesterday, promised this free video, so here it is. I'm going to keep things really short and sweet. Just want to show you 3 tips that you could do to really maximize your traffic online. So with that, let me get started. Like your image here, this is a really cool roof. Love your logo, your site, looks pretty good. It's pretty clean. There's not a ton here. You have a form submit, which is a great thing to have. You've clicked a call, which is good. So you have a lot of good elements here. The one thing I would say looking through your site is that there's not a ton of content here. And content is anything that you can highlight, whether that be pictures, text, and really you want a lot of content for a couple reasons. The first is so that you could be found for keywords. And you are being found for 13 keywords. Your name, Roofing Brownsville, Texas is something that you're ranking pretty high on. Roofing companies, Brownsville. So you are ranking for a few things, and you're ranking about on the second page, the top of the second page, which as you know is just not really usually high enough to get you a lot of traffic. But say I wanted to rank for roofing companies, Brownsville, Texas, right? I would have that as a heading. I might have that within my content. I might even save an image as that keyword. And what happens is Google sees that you have that keyword verbatim through your content, and it allows you to rank faster and more efficiently. So content's really important, and then the amount of content you have is really important as well. It's quality content and quantity. You want good quality content, you want a lot of it. And it's one of the reasons why sites like Wikipedia and Yelp do so well is because they just have a ton of content. So content's really important, whether you're trying to rank for Mcallen, right? There's a lot of volume, 1,500 searches a month for roofing in Mcallen, and then of course almost 1,000 in Brownsville. So there is quite a bit of volume here that you could go after. Uh, but content is a really important factor on that. I would add content throughout your site. My second tip is just to really build and grow this Google business profile. So there's quite a few ways to do it. The one thing is you want a lot of reviews. So reviews are an important way to validate your business and to get Google to know that you're doing work and you're doing a good job and people enjoy it because they'll put more emphasis on your business over ones that aren't so hot. So getting reviews are really big important factor there, and you want as many 5-star reviews as possible. There's a lot of different ways to do it. You can hire a service, but those could get kind of expensive. The best way is to do it organically, and typically people have like a CRM. Like after they're done, they'll email out their clients and say, "Hey, can you please give us a review?" And although that's effective, a lot of times people won't do it because out of sight, out of mind, right? So the best way I found is that we print off these QR codes, we have them laminated, give it to our installers, and then what happens is when they're done with the job, they'll have people like your installer will go down and say, "Hey, we're finished. Do you mind giving us a review?" And the client can use their phone and bring up the QR code right away. They can do a review in the matter of seconds. So it's a really good way to get reviews quickly, effectively, and a lot of times business owners, won't say no, or homeowners won't say no, depending on if it's commercial or residential, if the person's there in their face asking them the question. So it's a good way to, get reviews quickly. Secondly, all this information you want pretty consistent throughout the web. So, your website, your Yelp page, anything that you have out there with your hours, for instance, you want very consistent. So, if for whatever reason your website says you're open 7 to 6, and maybe Yelp says you're open 10 to 8, like those inconsistencies, Google doesn't like. They want consistency, and they want to make sure that whether someone searches your Yelp or your maybe home advisor or your website or Google business profile, that they get the same information. So really important that all this stuff matches throughout the entire web. And then lastly, you want to upload photos that are saved as keywords. So again, if I wanted to rank for roofing companies Brownsville, Texas, I would save that keyword as a photo as that keyword, and then I would tag, say, this location here, and Google will feel that I did that, or you did that particular roof in that area. So it's really, and then you want to keep expanding out and expanding out, and it grows like a balloon. Your Google business profile just keeps growing and growing and growing. So, and the reason why these are really effective tools is because everybody, you know, uh, searches differently. Some people click on the first thing they see, which is a great reason to run ads, right? You really want to run ads to pull in that traffic. And then a lot of people actually really like these Google business profiles, and they can pull up to 40% of the traffic, which is quite a bit. And then obviously the organic. So if you're running an ad and you're number one here and you're number one here, you're going to pull as much traffic as you can. And just to show you, lastly, you really want to build up the strength of your site. So you do have 13 referring domains that are sending 50 links. This is the visual representation of the strength and trust of your site. But you don't have a lot. It's not very strong because you don't have a lot of power. Do follow links give you power, and those are just links that send power from one site to another site. And only 3 of these links are giving you power right now. And so you really want to grow this and add referring domains and backlinks. And really, what you want is like 20s, 30s, and you really would like to see a 1-to-1 ratio. So if this is a 15, you'd like to see that as a 15. Kind of just to show you what that looks like. This is Mcallen Roofing. They obviously have another website, in Brownsville that they are currently ranking. And as you can see, they have 29 do follow links here. They're almost at that 1-to-1 ratio, and they're in the 20s. So, this is kind of what you're looking to build upon and grow to. And it does take a little bit of time, but once you're there, you can definitely boost yourself up to that first page and start getting traffic there. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope this has been informative. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions, comments. We'd love your feedback. We also have, I do have our contact info in the email. I also have a link to our Google Calendar if you want to schedule some time that works for you on your schedule. Please feel free. Myself or my business partner Jackie would love to talk to you at your earliest convenience and whatever works for you guys. So with that, have a great day and God bless.